What's up, guys? Travis from Teamyts here, and this is my updated hero deck. I'm gonna talk real quick about the top four, the one that top forward. I liked his build. His build was very good, but like I said in my previous videos, his build was pretty close to mine, like with the exception of like probably about 6-7 cards maybe, and I figured I scrapped the Masked Hero idea. I mean, I'm still working with them, trying to make them good. I'll probably do an update when I figure something out with them. But I decided to go back to my roots with this deck, and I'm just going to share it with you guys. So this is my my competitive version. All of them were competitive, but this is my, back to serious business build. So, real quick, three Neos Alias. You got to run Neos Alias in here. He's your Gemini target for your Gemini Sparks. He's your engine of the deck to go with the Sparks and the Hero Blast. And he flies all over the place in this deck. He goes from your hand to the field to the graveyard to out of play to the graveyard back to your hand, etc., etc. So you kind of need him to make the deck work. 2 Thunder King. Thunder Kings are still really good. Stop inherent summons, Xyz summons, Synchro summons, and stop searches from the deck to the hand. So he can shut people down. And since heroes are getting so big, it's really good, especially to have these against the matchup. In the mirror match, having these and not having these can make or break your play, or make or break the game. Blah. Sorry, I can't talk. It's late. 1 Evocator. I like him over Crusader because I can search him because he's a warrior. And I like my Nova Master plays, and like I said, he's a 1900. He's still, he's still a Gemini, so you can still use him with the Sparks as your extra Spark target. But I like him because I can go into Nova Master, and yeah, I know Crusader can make Shining, which is better, but I like my +1s off of Nova Master, and I also like the fact that he's searchable when I need him. So 1 Evocator. 1 Stratos. You have to have Stratos in any hero variant deck. He's the searcher for like the heroes, and he can also pop back rows if the time calls for it. So it's really good. 1 DD Warrior Lady. This is my personal tech choice. I didn't like the Barbarosses in the top 4 deck. It's not my play style. The skill drain variant just isn't my play style. If I do anything, I'll probably side 1 skill drain to help with certain matchups, but I'm going to go with 1 DD Warrior Lady for now. Yeah, I know Grand Mole can be a little bit better than this, but I like this because it's also a light target, so I can bait them into an Honest if I have to, and I don't have to, sit on a Grand Mole and risk them negating its effect with like Veiler or something like that, and if they run into this, the monster's gone. It doesn't go back to their hand. It's gone. So, and it can also, in the mirror match, I can run into a Shining and remove it from play. So, or Shining can run into this and I'll remove it from play. So, either way, it's a really good tech card. 1 Honest, just because I run, 3 Alias, 2 Thunder King, 1 DD Warrior Lady in here, and then the Shinings themselves. So, Honest is pretty live. 1 Ice Edge, my other tech choice. Ice Edge is really good. He's very underrated. He can open miracle plays real quickly because even if they Veiler him, his effect is a cost. So you summon him, you declare the priority to discard. You discard your card, and if they even effect Veiler him, you still discarded your card, and you can just go miracle into a play. So, and then he can also pop face down back rows, which is the most important part about him. My third tech choice is 1 Snowman Eater in the main deck. Really good against Ryos, against battling aliases. Make them, force a Gemini Spark to happen if you have to. And worst case scenario, you can just sit on this 1900 Snowman for like a while. So he's pretty good. It also makes like Dolka and Legia have to pop their units and stuff. So it's not bad. 2 Effect Veiler. I do have access to Max C's right now, but I like to use Veilers because it's a light target over an Earth target if I discard it to make Shining, and I'd rather negate the effects than right now Max C is looking more to be like a side deck type of card. So I'm going to stick with Veilers for now. Going into the spells, 3 Miracle Fusion. It's your standard hero spell lineup. 3 Miracle Fusion, you got to have them. They're your top draw, you know, 1 card outs. 3 Pot of Duality for consistency. 3 does seem like a lot, but you really need them for the consistency in this deck. So it helps you to get to your sparks quicker. And next up is Gemini Spark, which is part of your Gemini engine. You know, tribute to Gemini, pop one of their cards, draw 1 card. Very balanced card, very good card, and helps speed up the deck a lot. 2 E-Call, I actually did grab this idea from the top 4 deck. It does make the deck a little more consistent. So, like with the searching, and I can get to my plays quicker. So, 2 E-Call and 1 Rhoda, which is, you know, standard. 1 Book of Moon for offensive, defensive plays, you know, prevent them from exceeding or synchroing, or you can just use it to, you know, burn through a monster. Because lots of monsters' defenses are significantly weaker than their attacks right now. Monster Reborn, staple. You know, your Dark Holes, your other staple cards. I hate just saying staple in my videos, really, but there's really nothing to describe with it. Like, this just brings back a monster and sets up plays. This destroys shit. This destroys shit, and it's a staple. Heavy Storm, by the way. Going into the traps, you have 2 Deep Prison. I like Deep Prison, especially against the hero matchup, because if they're shining attacks into me and I prison it, they don't get their stuff. So, and it's the same thing with Dolka attacking into me. I'd rather get rid of the Dolka than send it to the graveyard and let them possibly have, like, you know, something to do, like Avarice, for example. Let them recycle their shit. Less cards in their graveyard, the better right now. 2 Hero Blast. Another thing I stuck to from the top 4. 2 Hero Blast works good. 3's way too many. 2 works just fine. Great against the Inzektor matchup. 2 Torrential. Another thing I snagged from the top 4 deck. Playing 2 of these right now is really essential, especially with the decks that can, like, explode. You know, like 6 Sams, Wind-Ups, Inzektors can get them. Like, you gotta know what, you gotta play this at the right time against the Inzektor matchup, but... And then it's also good against Dino Rabbit when they pop the Rabbit for the 2 cards. And this does wonders against that. Solemn Brigade, 2 Warning, 1 Judgment. These cards are just too good to pass up, guys. I mean, you know, negate summons, negate any 1 card, and yeah, I wouldn't say not to run them. 1 Compulse, another personal tech. The guy in the top 4 ran Mirror Force. I ran Compulse. I've always run Compulse. I don't think that I would take Compulse out because it's a 1 card out to anything that's a pain in your ass. Shining, Zen Mains, anything that is in your way, it gets rid of it. So it's a great card. It screws people over. And 1 Starlight Road to protect all my back row. It's pretty standard right now. The Huge Revolution is over. It just isn't a card really to opt out for. Yes, this can get warnings, but you have the potential of getting a body and an extra negation for destruction. So I'd take that any day. Going into my extra deck real quick. I'm going to cover my extras. 1 Great Tornado for your win target. I'm going to be running 2 Nova Master for my fire targets, and they're good against the Dino Rabbit matchup. 3 Shinings, because, like, you don't want to run out of this guy. He's like your big beater and your win condition. 2 Absolute Zero. 1 Gaia. 1 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon against, like, possible Karakuri or, you know, Machina or something like that. I don't even know if I'm going to keep him in there right now. He's been seeing a little bit less play. Or, I mean, it's good to get around Zen Mains too, but I don't know if I'll keep him in there. 1 Utopia Ray. 1 Utopia, 1 Blade Armor Ninja, 1 Zen Mains in case I can make 3, which it happens at times, and 1 Stardust Dragon. So, that's my extra deck, and I'm going to cover my side real quick too. The side is as follows right now. one Cyber Dragon for against the machine matchup, like Machina or something. You know, you've got those rogue decks out there. You got to be prepared for them. If I take Cyber Dragon out, I'll be replacing it with just one skill drain. Because what I'll do is I'll side out the Compulse for a skill drain against, like, certain matchups. 2 King Tiger Wanghu, because it dominates the Rabbit matchup and it takes away Rabbit's priority and it gives them a little bit of a hard time. So, I mean, yeah, they can just summon a 1900 or the 1700 and crash it, but, you know, if I'm sitting on back rows, which I usually am, he's going to stick around for a good long time. 2 Puppet Plant. This card is pretty much necessary now for any hero player, because mirror matches are a pain in the ass. Like, you need to gain the upper hand on your opponent quicker than they gain the upper hand on you, because they're going to be either main decking or siding in super polys. So you're going to want to side these in to take their big monsters and use it against them, and then you can follow up during the main phase too and just Miracle Fusion their shit to make your shit, and they don't get anything back. It's too good not to use. And then, you know, rogue samurai decks everywhere. Everybody hates fucking samurais because they're so sacky. So if you can live the turn and take their Shien or something, you know, you're in good shape. 2 Super Poly, for whatever reason you'd need to side them in for. Anything but a dark variant deck right now. And then once the dark one comes out, you pretty much would be main decking these, I would think. So definitely 2 Super Poly. The reason you don't main deck them is because they're horrible in the dark matchup, and it's a bad top draw. It really is, because, you know, it's got a big cost to it. I mean, the card is very, like, dominating, but it's got a big cost to it as well. So you just want to side them for now. 2 Forbidden Chalice. Forbidden Chalice is an amazing card right now. It definitely made an impact at YCS Long Beach. I'm siding 2 of them because, you know, you can use them against definitely the Rabbit matchup. And I keep mentioning Dino Rabbit because it's one of the biggest decks out there right now. So, and then you can also use it to beef up your monsters, because half of your monsters, like, either once they use their effect, they're pretty much normal anyway, or you're going to have a Gemini monster that you can just use this on and beef it up and not have to waste a spark or something on an attacking monster. So, it's, like I said, it's good to use against the Rabbit matchup. It's good to use against, like, other decks, like Wind-Ups and shit, because all their monsters are wimpy anyway. So, like, they summon their, like, Magician or something. You just go, oh, Forbidden Chalice, you know. Let them summon their monster. They can't do shit because, you know, you shut off their effect. What's an extra 400 going to do to Magician? Give it 1,000 attack? What's it going to do? It's also great against the Insectors, for sure, because, you know, their attacks are measly too, and you just give them a little bit of extra attack power and they still can't do anything, and it will buy you a turn. So it's really good. 2 MSTs to side against the Insector matchup, to side against the Hero matchup, to side against the Dark World matchup, and anything else that you might need to side these in against. MSTs, I don't like them mained because I hate dead draw cards and I already run enough in the main deck. So siding these is, like, essential. 2 Bottomless for the Rabbit matchup. I would side out my D Prisons for these because these are a little bit quicker than the D Prisons. I'd rather have these over D Prison against the Rabbit matchup and against probably the Dark World matchup. Get the Graphas out of there. So it's a really good card. And then 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror for the Dark World and Insector matchup just to shut them off. So that's the main extra inside, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it gave you guys some ideas. And like I said, this is what I've been running for a while now. This is the version. I just updated it a little bit because, you know, you need to update a deck like this every so often. Anti-meta needs to be updated quite a bit. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment or inbox me and ask me. Remember to comment, rate, subscribe, guys. Like this video. Yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This has been Travis from Team YTS, and I will see you guys on my next video.